All right, so you're a homeowner in Vancouver and you're ready to start a major renovation. That's huge. But before you even think about picking out tiles, you've got this massive decision to make. Do you stay in your home during the construction or do you go? Seriously, this choice is going to shape everything: your budget, your timeline, and yeah, your day-to-day life for the next several months. So let's break down the two main paths you can take.
Every reno starts with this amazing vision, right? You're picturing more space, that dream kitchen. It's all so exciting. But let's be real, the road to get there can get a little bumpy with all the dust, noise, and chaos. The real question is, how do you manage all of that so you end up with the dream and not, the nightmare?
So it really just boils down to two options. You're at a fork in the road. Path 1, you live on site and you do it with a really smart phased approach. Path 2, you pack up, move out for a bit, and let the construction crew have the run of the place. Each one has some pretty big consequences for your wallet, your schedule, and frankly, your sanity. Okay, let's talk about option 1, which is a super popular choice: living at home. Now, this isn't about just gritting your teeth and roughing it out. It's actually a strategic method called a phased renovation, and it's all designed to keep your house livable while all the work is happening around you. So, what in the world is a phased renovation, really? Well, think of it like this. Instead of your house being one giant construction site, the project gets chopped up into smaller, more manageable pieces that are done one after the other. It's a really smart strategy, and honestly, it can massively cut down on your stress levels because you get to keep a sense of normalcy and control over your own home. And here's what's so cool about this. It's super flexible. You can phase it out spatially, meaning you tackle, say, the basement first, and then you move up to the main floor. Or you could do it temporally, right? Get all the outside work done in the summer, save the inside stuff for the fall. You can even do it functionally, which means you overhaul one whole system, like all the plumbing, before you even touch the electrical. The appeal of staying is pretty obvious. The big one, you're not forking out a ton of money for a rental on top of your mortgage. That's a huge saving. Plus, you're right there, every single day. You can answer questions on the spot, you can see the progress with your own eyes, and you get to sleep in your own bed. You really can't put a price on that convenience. But, and this is a big but, let's get real, living in a construction zone is not for the faint of heart. We're talking about a constant battle with dust and noise. Your whole daily routine suddenly revolves around the work schedule. And on the technical side, your builder has to pull off some pretty complex stuff, like setting up a temporary kitchen or rerouting your heat just to keep things functional for you. And safety? It becomes the absolute #1 priority.
So what are we talking about cost-wise? Well, in Vancouver, if you're living on site, you can generally expect to pay somewhere between $150 and $300 per square foot. Now, I know that's a pretty wide range, but it really depends on everything, from the materials you choose to just how complicated the job is. Still, it's a solid number to have in your back pocket when you start planning.
Okay, now let's flip the coin and look at the other option. Because, sometimes staying put just isn't going to work. It might not even be possible. For those really massive, disruptive projects, moving out for a little while can actually be the secret to a faster, smoother, and, in the end, a better renovation. Just think about it for a second. If you're doing a total gut job on your kitchen, you're not going to have anywhere to cook for weeks. If you're taking out load-bearing walls, the whole structure of your house is being played with. In those kinds of situations, moving out isn't really a choice. It's pretty much a necessity for both safety and just getting the job done right. The upside to moving out can be huge. Your crew can work longer hours without having to clean up perfectly every single day, and that can dramatically speed up the timeline. You get to completely sidestep all the stress of the noise and the mess, and, maybe most important, when you're talking about big structural changes, it is just way safer for everyone. Of course, there's always a downside. Suddenly, you're paying your mortgage and rent, and maybe for a storage unit too. Then there's just the hassle of packing everything up and moving twice. Plus, you do lose that daily connection to the project, which means you have to have absolutely rock-solid communication with your builder.
And this is where the numbers can get pretty eye-watering. A major reno in Vancouver can easily run you anywhere from $50,000 up to $250,000, sometimes even more. Adding a few months of Vancouver rent on top of that, that's a massive financial hit that you absolutely have to factor into your plan from day one.
So how in the world do you choose? Now that we've got both options laid out, let's put them side by side. It should make the decision a little bit clearer. This little table really says it all, doesn't it? When it comes to budget, staying on site is the clear winner because you avoid those extra housing costs. But for timeline,
Relocating takes the prize because the crew can just go full steam ahead. And then there's lifestyle. Relocating means very little disruption to your daily life, while staying means, well, you got to brace for some chaos. It all comes down to what you prioritize most. At the end of the day, there is no magic, one-size-fits-all answer here. It really does come down to these four things: the sheer scale of your project, what your family's lifestyle and tolerance for mess is like, how much wiggle room you have in your budget, and how quickly you need it all done.
Okay, so you've weighed the pros and cons. But listen, no matter which path you decide to take, staying or going, the success of your project really hangs on one thing: the expertise of your builder. This is the one place you absolutely, positively cannot cut corners.
A true professional builder does so much more than just build stuff. They're your guide through the maze of City of Vancouver permits and the BC Building Code. They're the ones who understand the engineering behind things like temporary shoring when a wall comes down. They sequence every single step to make sure it's safe. They're thinking about the science of it, making sure your home is protected for the long run.
So I guess the last question you really need to ask yourself isn't just how will we survive the next 6 months, it's are we setting this project up for true success? Is this home not just going to look beautiful, but is it going to be expertly built, safe, and made to last for decades?
Look, this is a complicated decision, but you don't have to make it all by yourself. The real key to a project that runs smoothly and meets all the local codes is partnering with the right expert from the very beginning. A company like CoreVal Homes can help you weigh these options and plan a reno that's truly built for success. I really hope this has helped you see the path forward a little more clearly.